Hey, we're back. I totally forgot that was a new logo we're using today.
Yeah, that was a good surprise.
That surprised even me.
Yeah,
Um,
it's got
welcome to
animations
Dad.
and everything.
Yeah, animations. Yeah, we're getting fancy here. Our budget has increased to $5. Welcome to Dad School, real dads figuring out as we go. I am Josh.
I'm Jimmy.
This is Dad School. Yeah, okay. Every week we're
Yeah,
here to help you focus on what matters to lead your family with purpose, in faith, in humor, in dadness.
yeah. And this week we're going to be talking about all those things. We've hinted at this one a couple times, but we keep getting sidetracked. But we're here this week. We're actually on it. So it's the things you thought you'd never say as a dad. But yeah, here you are. So those things like, hey, don't lick that, or yeah, we're going somewhere. We're going to church. You gotta wear your nice pants today. All those kinds of things. You just kind of look at yourself and go, wow, am I really at that point in my life where these are the things that I'm saying now?
Yes, yes, and it can be depressing and sad, and sometimes you take a step back and you wonder how did I get here. But then other times you're proud of yourself. You're like, I actually said that, and that's a dad-ism, air quotes, that I'm proud to be a part of now, right? At least I feel that
Yeah,
way.
yeah, badge of
Um,
honor.
I think the most recent thing that as a dad, as a guy, I never would have associated with being a dad, but now it is for me. Um, asking somebody if they put deodorant on because it's like you take care of yourself. I was brought up a certain way that you should take care of that on your own, and I don't remember people asking me. Maybe my parents did ask me, and they're like, be calling me up later, like, "Yeah, I ask you every day," but I don't remember that. But it's something I've said a lot recently, and it's just in my head. Like, why is this a thing that's hard to understand? You get up, you put deodorant on, you go about your day. You don't like get up 100 times, not putting deodorant on, and everyone falls over behind you dead because you stink.
Yeah, I think this one hasn't been as hard for me. It's easier for me to remind my child, hey, deodorant time. Did you use deodorant today? That's not as awkward for me as when I had young employees that worked for me,
Oh,
and you have to have the hygiene conversation with someone else's kids. That was more difficult, and so now I'm like, oh, my own kids, like, yeah, I got this.
yeah. I mean, I've experienced that. That's funny you bring that up because as an adult, that's something I never would have thought I had to tell another adult.
Yeah.
And luckily for me, in the instance that happened to myself, I mean, everyone's had that one person's walked by them and they're like, "Whoa, what was that?" Like it hits them in the face. And if you've never experienced that, it's probably you. But
Yeah, maybe.
we had a person in one of our groups of friends that meets regularly who had that problem. They worked hard. They had a long day at work. And at the end of the day of work, they come over and hang out with us for a bit. And it was terrible. So someone had to have that conversation. It wasn't me, but it's one of our guys like drew the short straw and was like, okay, man, I'll take care of it. And they had that conversation and like, just do some acts, put it on yourself before you come over. It was weird. But now I'm doing it for my kids. So it's like, I guess that's more normal than an adult. So that's a good point.
Yeah, we had the
Yeah.
one guy in my dorm in college that he made it a personal challenge that he was going to go a whole semester without doing any laundry, and he just invested in a large bottle of Febreze
Oh
and
man.
thought that was a good way to go. It was not.
Ah, that. You ever seen the
Terrible.
movie Big Hero 6?
Oh yeah, we just watched it last week.
Yeah, that reminds me of that one guy is like, you can go in your underwear, front side, back side, inside out,
That's right.
front side, back side again.
I mean, that's the trick of when you go backpacking. You only need one pair. You just
Oh, that's not right.
yeah, you
Okay.
gotta save weight in that bag when you're carrying everything with you.
All right. All right. Okay. That's enough of that.
Well, hey, the one that's like really crept up for me a lot the weather finally turned like this last week. We've got great weather. It's been nice, but we've had the super cold, chill temperature for a while. And the one I remember, like, it always seemed to be an issue for my sister when we were growing up, and it never made sense to me. And now it's turning into the same debate with our oldest is like, okay, we're going somewhere. You took a shower just like a couple hours ago, but your hair takes a day to dry. So yeah, you need to go grab a jacket. And then it's
Yeah.
not only the struggle of go get your jacket and bring it with you. Because when I say go get your jacket, like in my brain, that implies get it, put it
Put it
on,
on. Yeah.
go. No, and it's like carry it to the car, throw it behind the back seat. Like, no, 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 no. That was not what I meant to imply with get a jacket. I meant put on jacket. So that's the fun debate and going round and round that I didn't envision that I would get to be having, and it has been this year.
So, do your kids have okay, let me back up. Does your family have like a temperature rule where it's like if it's over this degrees, you gotta wear a jacket kind of scenario?
We've not set anything in stone. No. Maybe
Okay.
we should think about that.
So,
Is that in your
well,
home?
it kind of is. I couldn't tell you the temperature that it is. It's more like whatever temperature mom and dad say at that moment. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, but the fun part is we have a Nest thermostat, right? So when you walk past it, we have one upstairs, we have one downstairs. When you walk past it, it'll light up and it'll tell you the temperature outside, and it'll tell you if it's raining or if obviously you look outside and see that too. But like, it's actually pretty helpful, and it really has your back in an argument because a lot of times how it's colder actually outside than it really feels. So
Mhm.
back in my day, right? My parents would be like, "It's cold, get a jacket on," and I would actually follow. I believe I was a perfect angel, and I followed my parents told me to do without question. Um, but I also would open the front door and put my head out and see if it was hot or cold, and that was usually a really poor judgment because it'd feel fine to me. I was just inside, and then I wouldn't wear something and get cold. But what I'm getting at is the Nest thermostat has a number. It's like 42 degrees. My kid's like, I don't need a jacket. I'm like, it's 10 degrees above freezing. Get a jacket on, So it's a great
Right.
like little tool you can use. But they still have no concept of that. Like 10 degrees above freezing, that's not that cold. It's like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah. Like,
wear
well,
no
it's not
jacket.
freezing. You said it's
Freeze.
above freezing, and so I'm not freezing, so it's good.
Yeah. So I mean it's I think there's
Yeah.
like maybe 60s for us. We're like, wear a light jacket, or I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't think we have an
Yeah.
official. We should probably come up with that and like post it above the thermostat.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Laminate it.
They probably
Put
still
some
miss it though if
pretty.
we did that.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably.
So why is that a thing? Why do kids challenge those type of things that we say?
Well, and why does it end up making the things that come out of our mouth come out of our mouth?
Yeah.
All these weird things. Like I remember my first legitimately my first oh my goodness, I'm getting old. What am I saying moment in my life was back when I was managing a Starbucks in Colorado. It was my first store that I managed in Colorado. It was a beautiful location right at the foothills of the mountains in the Denver metro. You sit on the patio and literally across the street, it's mountains just right there,
Hmm.
just literally across the street. And we also had a middle school around the corner though. And so all the middle schoolers would show up after school and like 30 of them would come in. Two of them would maybe order a pumpkin bread or something, and the rest of them would get cups of water. And then they go out on the patio and have a water cup fight, and then
Hmm.
leave all their trash everywhere. And there was a day I was out there picking up after everybody and muttering to myself out loud as I'm picking it up. I'm doing those darn kids can't pick up after themselves. And then I stopped. I literally just froze in my tracks and said out loud to no one in particular other than myself, oh my goodness, I'm getting old. I'm now that guy.
He breaks down
And
in tears on the ground crying.
yes, exactly. That was oh gosh, that was a good 15 years ago. I had my oh my goodness, I'm getting
Oh,
old moment like 15 years
15
ago.
years ago.
But
Oh,
so yeah, that's these things with kids in general, but in particular, it definitely raises its head with our kids. Like, I never thought I'd be the one saying this, yet I'm saying it now.
Yeah, I mean, kids in general don't really understand um, the repercussions to their actions. They don't usually understand how to act. They're still new to this world, so they don't follow the status quo of you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't throw water at each other. They think it's fun. I recently had a group of, what was it, eighth graders, sixth graders, maybe. I can't remember how old, what age group they were. For our church's get together, Dean Owl, I think it was eighth graders. You'd be amazed at things that come out of their mouths. we were trying to figure out what was it? It had been. I think it was eighth graders, but we are trying to figure out what they're going to go do. Right, we're trying to fill some time in, and going and running around playing tag in the mall came out of their mouth. I'm like, why would you think that's a good idea? That's a terrible hide and go seek in the mall. I never even thought of doing that as a kid. Like that's messed up. Like that's something you see on YouTube, and as an adult, roll your eyes, being like, "That's so disrespectful," you know.
Let me drop this one out there for any of our listeners. As someone who used to manage a location in a mall, if you work with a youth group, don't send your youth group into the mall to go harass the employees to play the bigger and better game. There's nothing more annoying than kids coming in and it like, no, I'm operating a business. No, you can't go grab that $75 item off my shelf because you brought in a paper clip and you're trying to win the bigger and better game. Like, no,
Wait a
you
minute.
can't have that item for free.
What's the bigger and better game? I've never heard of this.
Never heard of. Okay, bigger better game is like we had fun with it. I remember growing up in college, like we did it with some youth groups in college where you send everyone out, everyone starts with a paperclip or a quarter, and then they go out into the world, and then it's at the end of the night, I don't know, you get 3 or 4 hours, come back, get back to the church, and whoever has the biggest best item is like crowned the winner. Now we had a group of guys in college that somehow came back with a live goat. I don't know what they traded to get the goat, but they came to this guy's house and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got this goat I really want to get rid of. If you guys want it, you got it." And the goat ended up living on the roof of our dorm building, unbeknownst to the school. It turned into the mascot of our dorm. So like that year the next year in the homecoming parade, the dorm float was just a flatbed trailer with the goat tied up on the trailer, like turned into a thing. So that's the bigger and better game. But yeah, like when you're trying to operate a business and you get like 10, 15, 30 kids all rush into your store and they're trying to just grab crazy expensive fun things, like especially when you're running a fun store. I ran like a really cool candy store. So you get all these kids and they all just start coming up and like, will you trade me this? Will you trade me? Like, no, I'm not. Like, I'll give you a gummy bear. And then they like pop it in their mouth and like, well, and then now you don't have anything to trade.
Now you're out of the game.
you guys forfeit, I guess.
Huh.
Yeah. So
That's
fun in principle, but to the community, I don't know.
That's a
Again,
good PSA.
Another one of my old man moments.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. I never heard of that game. That's I don't even want to look that up online because I think I'll be too upset watching people do that. Okay, so did I just say that moments? Let's go down the list here. I made a list of things that I find myself saying, and for me these are like stereotypical things I've actually said. And I'm gonna say one, and you can say one. How's that? And you don't have to use my list. You can use your own list. But I have used the "who left the light on? Who left this door open? Why is the fridge open?" countless times while I'm being a dad. And it's not like, and it's aggravating. It's like, who would leave this light on? I was just here. Or this hallway is literally 2 feet long. Why do we need a light in this hallway? Why do we need to turn the light on to go 2 feet down this hallway? Can't you see
and
the
leave
door
the
you're
light
going
on.
to?
Yeah, yeah. I've got the I don't know, my dad-isms tend to be stuff like, well, if it hurts when you do that, don't do it.
Yeah.
When I bend it like this, don't bend it like that.
So I have one that's gonna make my wife's eyes roll when I say it because it's something that only I say. I think my dad said it to me, so that's why it's stuck. But it doesn't make much sense, I guess, and I can see that, but I still like saying it. Like whenever I'm wrestling around with my kids and they're like, "Ouch, that hurts," or I'm trying to do, I put a band on, I'm like, "Ouch, it hurts." I'll be like, "Didn't hurt me."
Right? I feel great.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I don't know why you're having a problem. The kid's like, "But it hurts me." Like it doesn't hurt me at all. Okay, I'm just gonna say
Yeah.
that.
The other one I throw out all the time, way too often, is the you hurt your finger. Well, it can't hurt if it's not there. So you want me to go just grab my pocket knife and we'll take care of it. It won't ever hurt ever again. And they don't like
Just
that one.
cut it off.
Yeah,
It's the universal dad thing. It's
if
cut it
it's
off.
gone,
I got
no
a
more
saw in the
pain.
garage. We can take care
Exactly.
of this.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Go get the pliers.
Isn't that a beautiful moment though when their kid is that young that they think you're serious? And there is that moment of terror in their eyes. They're like,
Just that
"No,
one
Dad,
twinkle. Yeah,
you
that
won't
little
cut my
for a
leg off.
moment. Yeah.
It's just a paper cut. I'm all lit. I can walk again."
Uh-huh.
And you're like, "I'm getting my saw."
Yeah.
Nowadays, the kids are like, "Dad, stop."
Well, my oldest has decided that she wants to outwit witty remark me.
Oh.
And that was a personal challenge she took on, and she's gotten really good at it. Like she's got a
Uh-oh.
really quick wit. And I mean, for lack of a better term, her dad jokes are just as you shake your head and you go, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe," but they're good. They're like really good.
Nice.
But that's like the perfect response to the witty dad remark is the just shake your head in shame. And like she's gotten really good at it.
That's either gonna like intimidate the crap out of some guy someday,
Right.
or it's gonna make the perfect match. That'll
Uh-huh.
be like I don't know, like the culmination of a perfect dad joke and perfect wife dad joke. It'd be kind of interesting to see what happens there.
Well, it's like I'm trying to remember if I used my dad jokes before we had kids, or if that was something I sprung on my wife 6 years after our marriage, and then she's going, "What is going on?"
I didn't marry this.
Exactly. You're not the
I'm
same
the opposite
person.
thing. I keep reminding her that you made this choice, and she's like,
You
"I
said
know."
yes.
Yeah, I gave you every opportunity to back out, and you did not take it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what about the universal treat others the way you want to be treated? Have you used that one before?
Oh yeah. I mean there's some biblical nuance to that one, right?
There is, there
Yeah.
is.
So yeah, that one comes out. I like the why? Because I said so.
Yep,
Stamp done.
yep. But you gotta be careful with that one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that one's
But
only
yeah,
come out a couple of
that is
times.
a fun one. And when you say it, you have that thing in your mind. You're like, do I owe them a response? Do I owe them an explanation on this?
Yeah.
And sometimes you do, but you just don't want to give it.
Uh-huh.
I have a unique one here. So I have twin daughters, and it's hilarious because my dad used this on me all the time. She's the only sister you have, right? But I got twin daughters, so I say that to my son. He's like, "But I got another one." or the girls are arguing, and I'm like, "She's the only sister you have," and it's true, but it's funny because it's like
No.
I don't know, they're a twin.
It's a great one for us since we only have the two. So
Yeah, so it's
yeah.
true. It's like you
Yeah.
say that, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
you're right. She's the only sister I have. It's like, well,
Uh-huh.
you know, if
The
if
one
I say it's my older son, I'm like, she's the only sister named this you have, and he's like, yeah, but
the one that probably gets me the most frequent and most immediate eye roll is any phrase or moment that begins with, "Well, back in my day,"
mm-hmm,
and
yeah,
that one comes out a lot.
yes. I mean, it's true though. Like we had it a
Right?
lot harder than kids nowadays have.
It's very different.
And as a dad, it is our right that we've earned to remind our kids of that. Like, we had it harder than you. And it ties into another one I had. Math. I don't know how much I struggled with math growing up. I was not good at math. I was not good at school. Okay. I didn't try hard. That was my problem. It wasn't that maybe I was stupid. I don't know. Maybe that's my own fault. But I struggle with math the most and spelling, but math the most. And when I'm telling my kids this, they're asking me for help, and it's hilarious to me. I'm like laughing inside saying, you don't want me helping you with this. Okay. I can do it now. I know how to do it. And that's kind of like, I guess that's the success story from school that I have, is I learned how to look up something and figure it out. But I couldn't do it the first time in school. And even now, I'll fail probably the first time. I gotta look it up. But it's hilarious. And long story short, sorry. The whole adage of you won't have a calculator everywhere you go. Remember that one? It's like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
but yeah,
that's
back in my
absolutely
day,
that's
stay off
a
my
that's a
lawn.
meme for people our age now. It's like,
Yeah.
and then we invented smartphones.
Yeah. Stay off my lawn is like another back in my day kind of level comment.
Yeah.
I got a neighbor across the street who has an immaculate lawn, and he has little signs of a dog with a red X through it. Don't allow dogs on my lawn. And he has like that mentality of stay off my lawn.
So one
But
thing I hate about, we live on kind of like the main thoroughfare street in our subdivision, our neighborhood. So everyone walks their dogs on our sidewalk. That means everyone allows their dog to do their business at our sidewalk. Most
yeah,
of our neighbors are good people, but we've got some terrible people in our neighborhood, and I think you know what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We
I
have
just
a
mowed the
Facebook
grass
group.
I mowed the grass last week, and I found some surprises. We'll just put it
Uh,
that way.
we have a Facebook group that's always entertaining to be a part of. Okay, because you have a lot of people on there who I would say are of the older generation, but they managed to get on to Facebook and they managed to live there in our subdivision group. And if anything happens they don't like, they'll comment on it. And most of the time, it is, oh, there's this kid walking down the street. Lock your doors. Hide your kids, hide your wife, kind of scenario.
Have you ever been on the Nextdoor app?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's, oh my goodness. I stay out of there. That is a world unto itself. Like we got it because we were trying to find, I don't know, like a handyman to help us with a simple repair on the house or something. But I still get all these like email updates of like, here's the number one conversation in your neighborhood, and I'll just click it just out of curiosity. And oh my goodness, the comment section it's entertaining, but it stresses me out to no end. Like, people are absolutely psychotic. I'm like, these are my neighbors. this is this
You
is
you want
scary.
another one? Invest in a Ring doorbell. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we
And
got a video doorbell.
okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you get a Ring brand doorbell, then I think it's only for. I mean, there's other versions of this, but there's like the Ring community. So you're like, it's the exact same thing as Nextdoor, but it's like a community, and people post a picture of their doorbell like image, and then they can put a comment or question. So anytime it rains or thunders, someone hear gunshots outside.
Yeah.
Anytime there's
Right.
lightning, same thing. Anytime there's a lost dog, it's on there. And the beauty of it is, I don't think you can post with your name. It's always as anonymous neighbor, right? So you can go into anybody's post and you have like I don't know, 5-10 mile radius that it gives you with this app. And you can just reply to people's comments anonymously. And you can't, like, it's great. I get kicked out of chats all the time for there. It's like,
That's dangerous.
it is dangerous. It feels that side of me that probably I shouldn't encourage.
Yeah. So, I mean, kind of the big point on all of this is the main takeaway on all of it is, if we're having these moments, we're having these sayings with our kids, it shows that we're present and we're there and we're actually engaged. And that's the main point, is you want to be an engaged dad. You want to be someone who is authentically weaving in and out of life's little moments. And as silly or quippy as our remarks might be, our kids know that we're there and we're not just a lump on the couch or or in the back room just doing our own thing because it's dad time. I'm in the wood shop on my own. Don't interrupt me. Hobbies are great, but if that's the first thing you do when you get home is you disappear into hobby world, and these kids aren't hearing these terrible sayings, they're missing out. So that if you're saying these, it shows that you're actually present, and that's good. So that's like kind of my big takeaway on all that sort of stuff.
So you're saying that it's our God-given right and our job in the household to utilize these phrases and sayings to richly enhance our kids' lives and wives' lives. Is that what you're saying, Jimmy?
I'm sure there's absolutely a biblical reason for backing this up in some way. Someone can work it out for us.
And if you know this, please drop us a hint of what that is at dadschoolpodcast.com.
That's right. No, but I mean, it's fun. It's a fun idea to like keep a dad quote journal. Just like have a little page on your notes section in your phone or on your computer or something, and just remind yourself you can go scroll through some of the fun memories that you've had over the years. Could be something fun. And we'd love to even hear from any of you guys if you have a fun thing that you find yourself saying, or is there something that your dad said to you always growing up and now you find yourself repeating it? Any of those things that come out over this next week or something that's happened recently, we'd love to hear from you. You just send us your fun dad-isms, dad quotes, dad quips, all those monikers. We'd love to hear those.
Where are we at, Jimmy? Are we only in one location in the interwebs? Where are we
on
at?
the interweb? I was gonna say I'm in my house and you're in your house.
I'm
but
in my house. Yeah. But on the interwebs, I
on
think
the
we're
interweb,
on
Facebook.
Facebook.
Are we on the formerly known as Twitter? Are we on the X?
We are on the X. Yes,
we're on the X. YouTubes.
We're on the YouTubes. We are every week live on Facebook on some account. We're waiting on popularity contests to grow so we can post on our own account. But for now, we're on my personal account, which is unfortunate for all my friends and followers that are dwindling because of this.
Yeah.
Unsubscribe, unfollow. It's we're on dadschoolpodcast.com.
We have our own URL.
Yes. Spotify? Yeah, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Yeah, all the fun things. We're everywhere. You can't get rid of us. So this week talked about dad-isms, weird things you say that you didn't know you'd say as a dad until you're a dad, and why they matter. Like it's important to show you're being present and interacting with your family. It's okay to be weird. It's okay to be odd. It's okay to be a goofball. You don't gotta be serious dad all the time, right? It's part of the joy is there's no mom phrases, or I guess there are mom phrases, but there's no like funny mom phrases, right? It's dads get that.
They're not known for it. No. Yeah.
Stereotypically, that's a whole nother episode, I think, that we might get in trouble doing.
I don't want to touch that one.
No, I think that their phrases are good and we're gonna leave those alone.
That's right.
But dads, we can be goofy and it's okay. It's okay to be serious, but it's also okay to be goofy. And so if you have any of those the phrases we talked about, if you have any of your own phrases we didn't talk about, please reach out to all the many locations online that we are: Facebook, website, X, YouTube, and tell us about it. Please drop a comment. We have, you know what, Jimmy? We have gotten comments and we have gotten emails. You know why you've never seen them? Because it's all people saying, I have a business and I can help your podcast grow. I can spend money with me and I'll help you. Okay. So if you email
we get any of the I'm a Nigerian prince and
not yet. I'm actually looking forward to meeting a Nigerian prince. But I have had so many business connections with people who want to just make me spend money. So if you want to make me spend money, I won't respond to you. Okay. I'll actually delete you. Just the heads up. I'm interested in community, not funding your business. Okay. Not yet. If we have money to do that in the future, sure, why not? But not right now. So I think that's all we had today, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Next week, I'm looking forward to. Be
Ooh,
a good
yes,
one. It's
yes.
definitely something I think is timely. It's something that this is part of the, well, back in my day, it's different than what we had to deal with. But next week, we're going to be talking more about tech, screens in your home, social media, all that sort of stuff. How to weave that in or weave it out of your life, how to be protective of your kids without just unplugging everything.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be fun
Oh,
because we actually have two different approaches and probably thinking behind it. We think the same on some of this, but I think we have two
yeah.
different degrees that we deal with. So it'll be fun to talk to you about that next week. We're not gonna
My
talk about
kids
it
live a
all
measured
until next week.
lifestyle. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. This is Dad Schools Podcast. You can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, X, for more dad wisdom and encouragement.
All
See
right.
you next
It's
time.
been good. See ya.